Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Join me at Castle Inn, which is the ultimate roadside crag here in North Wales. You can see we're literally in the car park and that's the climbing. So in the original guidebook for here, which I think was a Rockbacks one, I used to have it, my dog ate the front cover, not Oreo. He doesn't eat books, an older dog that I had that was a bit of a menace in that regard. There was a picture of someone belaying through the sunroof of their car. I'm pretty sure that was here. It was a cool picture. I'm going to do a route which is up the kind of corner there. It's a grade 5 route, so a lower grade route, but a brilliant one, like really good. I think it could be the best lower grade sport route in North Wales. It also has what might be the best hold in North Wales as well. It's ace. What I'm going to do is I want to do this video as like a start to finish of sport climbing to see like the whole process really. So Insta360 are kindly sponsoring this video. So I'll have it on me as I climb so you can see like the POV of it all. So I'll talk through what I'm doing as I'm doing it, climb the route, clipping, etc., etc. And then I'll go through cleaning the anchors as well, because there's loads of videos, including ones I've done, and sometimes they're just a little bit contrived. It's not always quite what you'd see, and it's a different angle and stuff. So I thought it'd be good to see it up in the air for real, having to shout down the proper commands to my climbing partner as well. And then I'll talk through some top tips as I lower down also, of course, and then a little summary at the end and we'll see how we get on. But this route, honestly, has been brilliant. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clip stick that first bolt. Not a necessity, and the climbing isn't that hard to get up to there, but I just think, like, why not? If in doubt, clip stick it. I use the Pongoose one, which is a really nice clip stick. Just lasts longer than certain other brands. Nice to use. You can retrieve a quick draw nice and easily with it as well. Maybe I'll show that at the end if I have time. I don't want this video to be too long. I've clipped the rope in, making sure it's not back clipped. I've tied into the rope already. And then we can just chuck it in there. There we go, that's in. I haven't done the buddy checks yet and I'm not ready to climb. I haven't got my rock shoes or anything, but I can just get this bit sorted. I do tend to leave my rock shoes until the last minute because these are comfortable ones, but still I try and minimize the amount of time I'm in them. And what I'm going to do is chuck the next one in because, like, why not? Again, this clip stick is pretty long. It won't reach the third one, but I can just get this one in ready. So it's just a bit of a quicker clip. If I did mess up that clip and fell off at that point, clipping and stuff, well, I've gone a bit high there, then, I'm hitting the ledge pretty certainly, if not the floor, no matter how good my belay is. It just speeds those things up again. So why not? It's not changing the grade or any nonsense like that. Clip sticks are a good thing. They save my ankles and such like. Right, I've got that in now, so I'm ready to go. What I've also done here is I've counted the quick draws and it was 8. I've actually put 2 in already, so I actually only need 6, including for the lower off. But what I've done is I've put 10 on me, so I've just got more than enough. Now I'm going to put my rock shoes on because I'm ready to go. One thing I do have with me is the Kong panic draw. That's a quick draw that keeps itself open. So because it's stiff here, it gives you a bit of extra reach. I'm quite tall, but still sometimes the bolts are a bit far away. So you can reach up, gain a little bit of height. As you put it in, you can see it snaps shut. Great. I know this route and it's within my grade, so I won't bother taking it, but I often do, especially if I'm on sighting and don't know what I'm getting. Just at the bottom of them, they're clean. That's an important thing. I do not want to climb in dirty rock shoes because 1, less grippy. 2, it ruins the rock a bit. If everyone's climbing in dirty rock shoes, it's basically rubbing mud and grit into the rocks. So this is limestone here, and it's pretty hard for limestones. It's not super polished, but if everyone was, rubbing mud and grit into it, it's going to get polished more quickly, isn't it? So we can do our bit and, save the rock. That's important. That one's nice and clean as well. Must have cleaned these already, but I forgot they did it. And then my belay, who is currently wandering around with the dog, is going to come back over and put me on belay, and then we'll buddy check. Doesn't matter if you're an experienced climber, new climber, buddy check every flipping time you climb. It's just so fundamentally important. Stops making silly mistakes. While she does that, I can check I've got enough draws on me. I've got those 10 of various lengths. I have got my lanyard as well for the top bit when I come to clean the sport route or the lower off. Got my chalk bag. I'm good to go. I've also got a screw gate on the back of my harness ready for cleaning the lower off as well. So it's important to remember those things. And just open up my chalk bag so I'm not doing that when I kind of want it and holding on for dear life, which I say, hopefully I won't be on this route. Buddy checking, super important. So my belay will squeeze the cheese on that carabiner, and then because we're an assisted device, a Neox, I'm going to pull up. I can see it's locking. It must be loaded up the right way. If it wasn't, it would not lock. I'm not sure you can see my knot on the camera, but they buddy checked that as well. We're both wearing our helmets. Harnesses are all done up. We are good to go. So I'm just going to come over that side. I have got, before I start, I will start soon, I promise. I have got the new-ish Edelrid Omega. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not going to use it on this one because I'm not expecting to be falling off or taking many falls or working the route or anything. So I just, no need really. But I'm good to go. Buddy checked. Part of the buddy check should also be one more thing. I'm tied in. My climbing partner isn't because they're not going to do the route. But if you look at the rope, it is tied into the rope bag. This rope is definitely long enough, but even if it wasn't, we couldn't lower off past the knot. I've actually done two in there, but the barrel knot's kind of the important one. Can't lower off, can't hit the floor through a silly mistake. So that's really important. Okay, but I'm ready to go. Right, so having cleaned my rock shoes, I'm going to start the route, and I'm starting off the mat as well, so I haven't stepped in any wet grass or, sadly, at this crag today, dog poo as well, because there's some of that on the floor that we had to get out of the way. Right, anyway, off I go. So I've read the first bit, big high step, and onto some crimps, massive ledge, and away I go. Right, so remember what I said, lovely climbing this, there is some chalk on it. Start is kind of possibly the hardest bit, actually. Quite crimpy, relatively steep for the grade, is vert, but like it kind of feels a bit steeper than some easy grade routes. It's definitely not slabby. I'm on good holds here. I'm on a good ledge, so I'm feeling pretty stable. Whilst I could reach that, it's already in, isn't it? So I'm going to clip it. I'm reaching up. My belay is giving me plenty of rope, and they're obviously on it watching, because low down is where you might, you know, be in more danger of hitting the floor should you come off. A little bit blind in places. Reach up. What have we got? A bit go-go gadget arms there. Massive feet. Big hands again. Honestly, I think that sort of semi-bouldery start is the hardest bit. Then the rest of it, honestly, it's so good. Can't quite reach that. I could stretch up to it. I can just step up to another good foot ledge though and be really stable. I'm pretty hands-free here. When I say hands-free, I can be hands-free, but it doesn't mean I necessarily want to go hands-free, because everyone can have a little wobble. I clip that. I'm thinking about which way the route goes, because I'd rather a rope didn't run over a gate in case I fell off, and sometimes it can do weird things. So I'd rather it went over the back bar. This is slightly off to the left, but my climbing's a bit on the right to start with. So it is a bit 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It doesn't really matter too much here, in my opinion, because the line is relatively straight up. So I'm holding on, I'm clipping in, and away I go again. So if I fell off it, not going very far. Spot the feet, climbing 101. Each time you spot a foot, put your foot on it, stand up, read the bit ahead. All super nice. This is showing some signs of wear. I was on that polish earlier. Look at that nice little, well, I don't even know what it is, little dish thing. Brilliant. It's not the best hold though, that's coming. More edges though. Have a look around. Try not to be embarrassed because there's someone arriving. You might hear me talking to myself as I go up the route. Look at this hold. Look, I can actually get my hands all the way around it. Isn't that an amazing hold? Don't have to worry about the feet too much. That handhold is so good. This one's really good. I think it might be that one that's even better. But anyway, I'm here. I've got a bolt right in front of me. Quick draw in. The route's still pretty straight up, so any direction for that. Shortest draw, but it's not wandering around, so I don't have to worry about extending stuff. Read the next bit. Where are the feet going? Where are the hands going? Well, I know the hands are going. That massive hold up there. And just bump up a few more bits. Pretty chalky this as well. Not enough people brush routes, so what I'll do when I'm coming down, I'll brush some of these holes. Look at this one. This one's even better. It's a genuine handled jug like you might find at a steady route down the climbing wall. Yard up on that. And it's just as good again. Actually, I said it's got the best hold in North Wales. God, it's got a few of them, hasn't it, really? Don't get many better holds than that. Next bolt's up there. Can't reach it yet. Where am I going to clip it from? Well, these big footholds probably. Yeah, it's quite a big step, but it doesn't really matter. It's not too big. Up to there. Wow, jugs, more jugs. Honestly, such nice climbing. Next clip is up there. It's probably slightly to the left. Again, not really worried about which way that's facing though. Rope in, off I go again. Yarding up on more jugs. Honestly, jug after jug after jug. Big feet. There's something hard to say what I really like about this climb. Just flows nicely, I guess. It's a cool spot. You'll see behind me, misty old day here. Considering it starts out of a car park, it's beautiful. On a good day, not that it's a bad day, but on a good day, you can see the sea over there as well. Stunning spot. Rare butterflies here, I think. Some blue ones I can't remember the name of. But above us is like a little nature reserve. Check the rock. If in doubt, it looks a bit stuck on almost. This stuff won't have been seeked on or anything. But if you've got any doubt, tap it a bit, see what it sounds like. This sounds absolutely fine, so I'm not worried about it. Keep plodding on up. Big feet. I've got big feet, but I'm on about the holds. Where are we going? Straight up. I'm slightly to the right of it, so I've kept the gate the other side. Clip again. And then away you go. More jugs. Well, for some reason, it's been a while since I've done this one, but for some reason I think there might be. No, there isn't. I thought there might be another trickier move up here, but there isn't. I'm thinking of a different route. Well, this is just nice climbing again, really. Big holds, big ledges. You get the theme. And then any second now, we'll be at the top. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so lovely climb. I'm at the top now though. Got to do some stuff here. Quick draw into a bolt, rope into a quick draw. Okay, now if I fall off, I'm not going too far. Same with the other one. I've put it the opposite way. Clip into that one. If I was now going to lower off and my friend was going to climb up, they just pull the rope and climb up and clip, clip, clip at the in-situ quick draw. There's no point taking them down as I go down. They can just have a slightly easier time. If they're going to top rope it, that'd be okay. They're pulling apart a little bit, which might pinch the rope, so I might put a longer quick draw in just to make it a little bit less of a pinch, but that would still work. I'm not going to bother with screw gates necessarily and all that kind of thing. I would literally just leave that and away I go. But I'm going to clean the route, so I get my lanyard out next. Still on belay, clearly, on a really good ledge, but I do want to be properly hands-free, and I'm going to need some slack as well. So lanyard comes out, and I'll clip into something. What you clip into depends what's here, really. I'm going to go into the bolt under the quick draw, because that'll make it easier to take things apart in a minute. I'm tightening my lanyard up. I'm sitting into it. The rings are what I'm going to thread in a minute to clean the route, and they're in space and dangling freely. Okay, so leaning back, still on belay, on my lanyard as well. I'm going to shout down to my friend, indirect. Indirect. You'll hear other phrases. It doesn't really matter what the phrase is as long as your mate knows what it's going to be. But indirect is a pretty common way of shouting it down. Just keep it like clear and concise, because this is only a shortish route really. But you could be like a long way up by the sea, lots of noise, all that kind of thing. I don't need to hear anything from them. All they're going to do is now is give me some slack, but I'm still on belay. That's really important. If there's a miscommunication or something and they took me off belay, maybe I leant back later, bad things would happen, wouldn't it? So there's no need to be taken off belay, okay? I'm going to pull plenty of rope through. I'm going to get a bite of it, which is a loop of it, and put it through. Which way, it doesn't really particularly matter. I'm going to go this way because I think it'll put a little bit less of a twist in something in a minute. Oh, will it? Yeah, let's go that way. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Pull, pull, pull. Bites through that ring as well. And now just pull plenty through. Okay, in that bit of rope you've got now, you're going to tie a figure of 8. Keep it nice and neat. I like neat knots, so just dress it as it needs dressing. Neat knots so I kind of come undone more easily and just look good when you're sort of checking them. It looks like a figure of 8 should look. Just dress it a bit nicer. There we go. I'm going to reach around the back of my harness and get, he says, fiddling under the rucksack. There we go. 1 screw gate. Screw gate into the bite. That screw gate is going into my belay loop. Do that up. Done. I am now in 3 things: my lanyard, my new knot, my original knot. I only want to be in 2. My original knot can come undone. I do this like Yosemite finish variation. It comes undone nice and easily, especially now I haven't loaded it, but even when it's been loaded, it comes undone a bit more easily than a regular figure of 8. Pull, 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 pull that tail. That tail, done with it. I could pull it back up and tie back into it and then get rid of this one, but I don't need to. All right, I could wrap it around my body to keep it out of the way, but I don't need to. I could put it over my head to keep it out of the way, but I don't need to. I'm just going to drop it. The only reason I might tie back into it is if my rope is only just long enough to get back down, but I know it's plenty long enough here. Okay. Next up, I want to kind of sanity check all this. So I'm going to shout down take in a second. Then I'll see that everything is threaded as it should be. Take in! Pull it to encourage it through a bit. Okay, on you! That just lets them know that I want them to really pay attention now. I can see the rope is through the ring, to me, all done up. Still on my lanyard, even though it's loose, it is still there doing its thing, isn't it? I can get rid of the quick draws now, because I can see it's doing what it should be doing. Sometimes you'll get like a pull of that, but that's fine. You can just yard it one way or the other, unclip it. Right, clean. Now it's really clear, isn't it? I like to keep the quick draws in for that bit, just in case I have messed up something here. But when you've taken them apart, they're even cleaner. So it's worth like just another double check, really. I've already shouted on you, so they know that I'm under their control now and they're looking after my safety. So I can just take my lanyard off now, loosen it a bit if you need to. I like these quick locks just because they're quick, as the name suggests. Clip that back to your harness. Get yourself a quick draw. You won't always need to do this next bit, but it is a nice thing to do often. I'm clipping one end into my belay loop, other end into my rope, and that's just going to keep me online as I lower down, so I won't have to fight the swing too much. Okay, lower away. Okay, lower, lower, lower. Don't really need to hold on. It's just, sometimes it's good for your own psychological benefit, but I don't really need to, obviously. Okay, stop. Your friend will sometimes be able to see where you need to stop to get a bolt out. Other times it's a bit blind, isn't it? So yeah, just tell them to stop whenever you need it. Okay, and they'll know to carry on. I say this is just keep me on the rope, so I don't have to like swing across each time. That can be really important on ones that are a bit more traversy or steeper routes we have to pull in. Stop. Waffling on, I almost forget to say stop. Brush any chalk. This is actually the second take, so I don't need to brush any chalk on the way down. Okay, yeah, lower a bit more. Keep going. Remember, this keeps you on line, so I'm not fighting that. Stop. Only top tip here is when you're taking these things out, sometimes you hold onto the rope for a bit of balance. Just watch that going on your skin because it can pinch, and you're not going to lose your hand, but it can be flipping painful, can't it? Okay. It is a car park, so excuse the noise of cars coming and going. Okay, stop. Okay, carry on. There we go. Penultimate one here. Get that out. Sometimes you don't even need to stop, really. You can just keep being lowered, get it out on the go. And then when I get to the last one, okay, stop there. I need to take the tramline one off, right? Because otherwise, when I unclip this one, I'll pull my belayer across with me. Well, there you go. I hope that was interesting. I've been wanting to do a video of that nature for quite a long time, like the start to finish of sport climbing. But it's really hard to do unless you've got like a dedicated camera person with you. It's hard to do all that when you're on your own, just climbing with your partner, your mate, whatever. I've tried like filming myself with a drone before, or the classic, you know, filming from the floor and you just get someone's butt climbing up and away. And I wanted to get that cleaning the sport route bit, you know, point of view style. So, you know, big thanks to Insta360 for supplying us with the camera for this video. They supplied me with a couple other bits as well, including this like harness for a rucksack. So it means that you can put that on, put this on the selfie stick, and then kind of forget about it, and that makes my life so much easier. They sent me this cool little microphone as well, which means like hopefully the sound quality was half decent as well. And basically, I don't have to worry about framing or anything while I'm climbing, so I can concentrate on the climbing or chatting to you guys, whatever it is, and then frame it at home because it's capturing a 360. I just, on the computer or the phone app, you can just like pick which angle you want and obviously change it and stuff as well. So hopefully it gives you that point of view, because I've done videos on how to clean a sport route, and there's a million other on the internet, of course, as well. But I really wanted to do it with what you'd be seeing from my sort of point of view. I don't do anything with the settings on this. It's got an adaptive tone setting basically, and that just sorts out all the white balance and everything like that. And like I say, I just do some editing at home, which I enjoy doing, and that's pretty easy, and just away you go. And it gets you that cool footage that you might not otherwise get. So, worth checking out if you do want some climbing footage that isn't your butt going up the wall. The kit that I carried on the route though, right? Or what I used on the route. First off, the helmet's there, so let's go with the helmet first. I'm a bit of a late convert to wearing a helmet sport climbing, but I am definitely a convert. I wear it on everything from a 5 to my 8A plus project that I'm so close to getting. Hopefully I'll get it soon. But I just wear a helmet by default, honestly, and I do not notice anything about it. Yes, this is a nice one, a Petzl Sirocco, so it's super light. It is very expensive, but honestly, it's on. I completely forget about wearing it. Rocks can hit you on a sport route, a trad route, any route, so whether you're belaying or climbing. I just think it's a good idea, really. They're so light and comfy these days. You don't have to spend loads of money. It's worth getting one, I think. Do what you want, but I think it's a good idea. The rope is next. I've used most of my sport climbing these days on a Mammoth Core Protect. This is a 9.5mm one. It's got basically a layer inside the outer between it and the core that protects it. I think it's aramid. And so hopefully it just makes it a bit more cut resistant, and it's lasting pretty well. So I've got a couple of them that I've used a lot. It's in a rope bag. I tie one end to the green for goes, that's for the climber. The red end is what I said when I started climbing. That gets a knot in it. If you're tying your climbing partner into the other end, yeah, that's fine. You don't need to tie it into a rope bag, but you don't normally do that sport climbing. Someone will comment that they do, but most people don't do it. So just tie a knot in the end of the rope. That will save a silly mistake of lowering someone off the end of the rope, and that could be, it could just be a twisted ankle, but it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? So for me, just do that knot in the end every time, okay? Other kit you'll need. Some quick draws. It depends where you climb and stuff like that. I'm going to a place called Chalea this winter again, been there quite a lot. It's 40-metre sport route, so you need like 20 quick draws. Here, you need, what did I say, it was 8 or something. If you get, 14, 15, that's going to see through most UK stuff, okay? And if you're going somewhere that needs more, the guidebook will sort of give you an idea normally, so you might need to buy more, but that'll get you up most stuff in the UK for sure, and most stuff abroad, to be honest. What else do we need? When we're getting to the top, we needed a screw gate for the cleaning, so don't forget to have that on the back of your harness. I can't even see my harness, so it's behind me. And a lanyard as well. Don't have to use a lanyard, but I do think it's the safest, maybe it's the safest, best, maybe it's the best. It's my preferred way anyway of staying nice and safe at the top. It's super adjustable. Obviously this is the Petzl Connect one. I think it's better than using a quick draw. I think it's better than using a sling. I think it's the right option. Other options are available, and many different brands of lanyard these days. The harness itself, I'll get a half decent one. It doesn't need to be super expensive like this this Petzl sitter. Make sure it's got enough gear loops, make sure it's not some Temu special, make sure it's a proper harness. But you can get them like as low down, I think the Decathlon one's like 35-ish pounds, but make sure it fits you, make sure it's comfy, make sure it's got enough gear loops, but you don't have to spend loads and loads and loads, that's for sure. Rock shoes, whatever fits and within budget basically, but try them on. Honestly, it's so important to get rock shoes that fit. Tenea's that I've worn today, yeah, really like them, super sticky, they're brilliant, but you've got to try them on and find out what works for you. Chalk bag, yeah, some chalk in it as well. You may or may not use chalk, up to you, most people will. If you are, take a brush your holds afterwards, just keeps everything clean and tidy, and that does help with polish. It does help with the grippiness of the holds, and it also just gets rid of that sort of chalky scar, which can be a mess. And especially if you use tick marks, which I definitely do sometimes, brush them off afterwards. No one wants to see your flipping tick marks on jugs or the wrong holds, or just full stop really, brush them off afterwards. What else did I use? I used the clip stick, the Pongoose one. protects my ankles. I can clip the first bolt, sometimes the second bolt, put another drawer in. I can clipstick upper root. I try not to do that so I don't become too reliant upon it and, you know, just sort of be a bit, you know, tougher and try and make the moves and fall off more. I find if I use a clipstick to go up all the way, I become a bit reliant upon it, which isn't good psychologically for my try-hard kind of zone. Really good idea. You can actually get quick draws down with it. You can actually get the rope down with it. And I've done a full video on the Pongoose. Really good clipstick, but check that out if you're interested. The panic draw, this thing, I didn't take it. It's nice to have, but definitely not a need to have. But especially on the shorter side, I'm not, so I haven't got an excuse there. But if you're on the shorter side, it makes your reach more similar to mine, so we're more of an even playing field. But even as a tall person, really like it. Belay device of some flavour. We were using a Petzl Neox. I love it. It's brilliant. It is my device of choice. It doesn't have to be your device of choice, and there's a lot cheaper options because, man, flipping expensive really. But you know, an appropriate belay device. I do like assisted belay devices. Don't see any reason not to use an assisted belay device on the sport route. Didn't use the Omega. If you've used an old Ohm, the Omega, yeah, it is mega, excuse the pun, but it's brilliant, so much better than the Ohm. I've used it quite a lot now. I will do a video soon on that one. And then a guidebook to find the actual route. So I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I've missed. Guidebook to find the route. I don't need it for it because I've done the route loads of times, but yeah, there's a lifetime's worth of climbing in there, so they're good inspiration and loads of fun to be had in a book like that. Other than that, rucksack to put it in, not that you need it, I've literally fallen out the back of a van. Plenty of warm kit, plenty of food and water. It's often easy not to hydrate enough and not to eat enough and then wonder why you're tired and can't pull hard enough for long enough. And then whatever kit's appropriate to stay warm, dry, happy, obviously, all those kind of things. I take a TheraBand, I take a little warm-up block to pull on, like a, you know, a fingerboard, but like a little edge that you pull up on. Sometimes I'll take a proper fingerboard, sometimes I'll take knee pads, all those kind of things for knee bars. But what I've used here is what I would normally take. The others are like extras, if you know what I mean. Questions, chuck them in the comments below. I must have missed something. When I cleaned the lower off, there is another way of doing that. That's my most common way though. If you want another video on how to clean a couple of different types of lower off, check out the channel, there's more on there. Just wanted this to be, you know, a point of view continuous one with just one common option on it basically. But yeah, chuck the questions in the comments below. If you like I get my words out. If you liked the video, click the like button, smash the subscribe button, follow us on Insta, follow us on Facebook, use the Buy Me a Coffee link to support the channel. You can buy a JB Mountain Skills t-shirt as well, links below. There's links to some of the kit below, I suspect, as well. But yeah, all the support, massively appreciated. Big thanks for watching. More videos coming up very soon. If you like the climbing shots in this video, remember most of them were done with the Insta360X5, and big thanks to them for sponsoring this video. If you're keen to buy one, between the 20th of November and the 7th of December, they're doing their biggest discount of the year, which is 15% off. So you can use the discount code in the comments below and in the description and get 15% off a purchase of the Insta360X5, and the first 20 people will get a free lens kit with that purchase as well.